Well, hello, sister.
Hello. What's it been? 5 years? No. Week and a half?
Feels like a fucking century after this shit. Hello, welcome to Kinda Broken.
We are
Read.
we're here in the beginning of March.
It's March Madness right now because I swear to God I'm going to cut a bitch. Preferably you.
That's not nice. That's abuse.
I love you. I just slap you up beside the head.
Oh.
We are excited, as I'm sure I sound excited for this one. But I recorded Tammy. Okay, we have to have a disclaimer. And the reason I say this, I'm stumbling over my words, is because this is very disturbing. This recording. And I don't know.
Well, it's not. I mean, it's little kids doing stuff.
Okay, but if you were to listen to it for the first time,
there is a little bit.
Such a shock factor in it that we have to disclaim. It gets a little inappropriate, nasty. You don't have to listen to it, but it is. If you've listened to Moldy Coochie and Pooper Scooper, then
this will be fine.
This is fine. Okay, yeah. If you've listened to any of the other episodes, our humor is
palpable.
It's also disturbing, but that's how we deal with the traumas. And
okay, so we're gonna
jump into.
Yep, we sure are.
Okay, so let's start out by saying that I was curious. I asked Tammy, how did my egg donor and my sperm donor meet? And we just kind of started to squirrel, let's just say. So here we go.
I'll just keep that really Barbenberry. So anyway, they met and they got married. Did they have a wedding, Barbenberry? Do you remember?
Yes.
Or was it a courthouse?
I think that it was Harold and Barbara that got him into the church to get married.
Oh, okay.
And they actually went to church with Harold and Barbara.
Oh, wow.
Because Harold and Barbara were taking care of them, basically. They had a little house close by Harold and Barbara. The picture you saw with Darren and you on the floor of the carpet, Barry sitting there and Harold sitting there.
Yeah.
Did you notice how Barry was dressed?
Wait, did they get married before me or after me?
They were married.
When she was pregnant? Or married before? I'm just curious to know, because you said that you knew that they loved each other and I was a product of that, right? But then when Corey came, it was like their relationship was already done.
Yeah, they were blowing apart badly. So, and why would you?
Do you think the wife swapping and the husband swapping type shit had a lot to do with it?
It does. What would you feel like?
Oh, fuck!
You had to share.
No, any bitch comes near him, I swear to God, they're dead.
There's no way they can say. There's no way they can say that doesn't affect somebody.
Not dead.
It might be thrilling when you're taking drugs and stuff, but when you're not on the drugs, you're thinking of everybody they slept with.
Right.
It's not going to be a good thing.
Yeah. Especially back then, there wasn't probably any, what do you call it, protection, let's just say, that they were using that much.
It was there, but
they didn't choose.
They liked the old natural in the 60s.
So they get pregnant with me. Everything's hunky-dory.
Yeah, if you had look at Barry in that picture, short hair, white collar, white shirt, pair of dress slacks, a total different person during that year.
But then there's another picture that I see he's wearing a wig, a woman's wig with a hat or something on. So it's almost like you get this clean cut, let's say stockbroker look, and then you've got this hippie. Do you know the picture I'm talking about?
I know that. I remember the one with Aunt Pat, Mom, and Anna Lane, and Anna Lane's wearing the wig, or Aunt Pat wearing the wig and the hat.
Yes, I think. Yeah, it might have been the same wig, but it's crazy.
I have to say, everybody had a good sense of humor. Barry was very comedic. Grandma was comedic. And all her girls were comedic. Well, I don't think it really was. She never had a joke.
Well, you know how they always say when you're raised in trauma, and I'm not a doctor, so I'm just saying this for myself. When you're raised and you are given life challenges, humor has a tendency to help alleviate that, right? And so you just, I mean, the comedic part of all of us is there, regardless. You, me, Corey, we have that, but
you had it before your trauma.
Right. So
it's just a natural thing. It's something I comment about on YouTube because people use their children, their little babies, to get views. They will scare them and stuff.
See, that's cool. Yeah.
And the baby laughs, but what they don't understand, if you startle a baby, they will have a hysterical laugh.
Well,
not a happy laugh.
But not only that, if they're anything like you, where you remember what a couch felt like at 6 months old, that could traumatize that child.
Right, because they keep doing that. Yeah. And you can tell the difference between a hysteric laugh and a real giggle from a baby. And when they're startling them or playing tricks on them and stuff, you can hear that sound.
Well, that's like you were saying when he was like making fun of the fact that Barry could take a belt off and I would just go into dramatics.
Apparently, if he showed it to Gary, he probably showed it to a lot of people how he had you
trained. Yeah, so I wonder how many times
he had you trained. You're sitting there naked with just a little diaper on. Your little gold curls, and you're walking along, hanging onto the edge of the crib, and all of a sudden,
looking all cute,
he tells Gary, "Watch this." And he touches his belly, baby.
I just kind of,
and you just turn all red with your white forehead. You know how you do when you cry.
Just kind of makes me wonder though, because he had the history that you were telling me, where he abused a couple of the cousins in the family. It kind of makes me wonder if he ever did that to me.
I don't know.
Because I can tell you right now, there is no memories. I have no memories anyway, but there is no thoughts or memories other than what people tell me prior to the age of 3.5.
Right.
When I remember walking the streets of West Hill.
You weren't even 4 when we got you, so we didn't have a lot of time.
Right. Yeah.
Corey wasn't even 3,
So it just kind of.
I'm thinking he didn't have enough time, so I wouldn't.
Enough time takes 2 seconds, Tamara.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
I know. And then I would hope. I mean, deep down, I would hope that, I don't know.
Well, they broke it all up, and still they're in the same town as Harold and Barbara. There's a community there. I would think that he wouldn't pull crap like that. When he pulled it on Sheila and Cheryl, it was in another state.
So it doesn't matter if you're in another state, another country. It doesn't matter where you are. You're still going to figure out how to do it. Like it's
okay. Okay. Let's stop there. Figure the way you said that. I'm sorry. You're not an abuser, so I want to reiterate. They're going to always think about it. They'll figure it out. Oh, let's take the garbage out. Oh, let's go for a walk around the playground. I mean, there's opportunities, and they do pedophile. I don't understand her thoughts of, well, they didn't have time.
What? That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going.
Okay.
He was there visiting.
Yeah.
That means he wasn't really around where, but there's
like a 10-year difference though, isn't there? But there's a 10-year difference, right? So I don't understand how wasn't there a 10-year difference? Isn't he older or younger than the twins?
He was born in 48 and they were born in, let me see.
They're close to your age, right?
I was born in 58. Gina was born in 54. And the girls
twins
were 1 or 2 years younger
than Gina.
So have to be about 52.
So they were older than him, but he still.
They were, yeah. He was older by
about
4 years.
He was younger, you mean? Barry was younger than them.
Older than them. They were born in 52 and he was.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
So I don't know when the incident happened, but they were old enough to. I think Mom got Barry after that.
Because you said that's when Grandma was like flopping him around because, of course, he's an angel and that's her baby. He could do no wrong.
Enough to keep him home
well, no, but she was probably forced in some way. She probably thought, okay, I've got to at least make it look like I care. The skanky Grandma cared. But
yeah, she didn't care about that kind of
she
thing.
didn't care about that thing.
Out.
Yeah, so why wouldn't she keep them in the house?
She had that whole mantra about men have to get it out. Boys are different.
And it's poison. If it's poison, and they need to get it out. And
if they rape your baby, they need to get it out.
It just makes me sick.
And she got that from her dad. That's the influence of her own father, who was a molester.
Yeah, but see, that's what I don't understand from you. I guess I'm really confused in that. When you tell me that Grandma was not molested, how in the hell is that not even possible if he was a molester? Well, right. Well, he had, 5 daughters?
I don't know who he took.
Yeah.
After Jenny. Jenny married Harrison to get out of the house. Your great aunt Jenny?
Yeah.
Barbara,
Grandaunt
Harold's.
Yeah.
Harold's
Isla's sister. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know about Beulah. I think Beulah was the next in age. She ended up dying young, and I can't find a reason why she died.
Oh.
She died in her early 30s or something.
Did she go down a well?
No, but you got to think.
Hey, if you listen to our podcast, the listeners will understand why I say that. In that.
Well, for me, I've seen commentary and stuff on her from family members. Oh, our Aunt Beulah was such, I loved her so much.
But then
yet she died young.
How young? Do you know?
I assumed it was around 30 because the pictures that she had, there's so very few pictures, and the last picture that's anywhere is
and I'm going to throw this in there. You have been working on the ancestry for a long time, and you have a lot of stuff that you've put in there. And so it's not like you're guessing. This is not a guessing game for you. You are actually coming up with
research.
It is a proof. Proof of when they're born, where they came from, when they died. Yeah. So,
their upbringing, I know how it is because Uncle Ace once said to me, well, he wasn't saying it to me. I was standing in the room.
You know some little things.
No, he said this when I was 18, 19, and I'm in the room, and he said it to Mom. He said, he was talking about the snowstorm where his dad came home drunk, and he passed out, and he saw him disappear behind a log, and it was a pretty severe snowstorm. And he said, I didn't go out there.
What does that mean?
He didn't go try to save him. And then he said, I hope SOB? He said the whole word.
Son of a bitch?
Die.
Oh,
you don't say something about that.
No.
Parent, unless something's been really bad.
Yeah.
So.
It's crazy.
I heard him actually say that. And he saw him. He eventually came in, but he was half frozen. And he was still so drunk. He said that he went over and sat on his bed, tried to take his shoes off. He got one shoe off and just basically passed out on the bed with one shoe off. He was that drunk.
And this was their father. Grandma's dad.
Yes.
Harvey. So it's Harvey and Harriet Ellen. No, Harvey and... Yeah. Wait, Harvey... Okay.
Harvey Fair, and their mother's name was, oh God, it just left. It left.
It's there. Hold on. It's not Harriet. That's Elmer. Harvey and... Okay. So anyway, back to Barb and Barry, just to kind of end this with it. Emma. Yes.
I knew it would come back.
Emma Huff. Harvey and Emma Huff.
Somebody else was named after her.
And so, I guess because I've been with therapy and traveling down this memory lane road, I have no memories.
Grandma was there when he said that to Mom. So, if it had been something... If he knew something about Grandma, I don't think he would have said something like that.
But that doesn't mean that it didn't.
Yeah, because Grandma was on her dad's side about that. So I don't think that. They were old, so I know that they probably had these things had come up before. And he wouldn't have.
But how could Grandma have been such a mean, nasty, skanky grandma in saying the things that she has said over the years about us women in the family, us little babies, us girls in the family, without having some kind of trauma herself?
She liked Anna Lane because Anna Lane was needy
and a slut
and drunk and all this stuff. And she got drunk all over her. Oh, Mom, I love you. And they went out partying together in the bars.
Yeah, but you said Grandma wasn't really like a hugger. She wasn't.
She was.
Well, that's just insane
because she was
to me.
sloppy drunk. She had to hold her. Is
she like her wingman, and she brought in all the men, and so Grandma could just pick and choose?
She was the only one that Grandma went out with. After her friend from the mushroom plant died, she went out partying with Anna Lane. I mean, that was basically her social life. Was her.
So Grandma was a partier.
Yeah, I told you, Big Red. She ran a bar. She was a barkeeper. Remember, I told you her name was Red. She worked in the bars when she was younger.
No,
I told you that.
Well, if you told me it's that case of DRS that I have, do not remember shit. Okay.
You were surprised because you were named Red.
But people called me Red. They do call me Red. Debbie's called me Red. Yeah.
I told you when you were young. You remind me of Grandma. Grandma snuck the horse out, made sure the hooves were quiet.
Okay, let's not talk about the opal. Yes, I snuck the opal out.
She went to the fort.
Wait, no, let's go back. Okay, let's go back to Grandma's bar days. She worked as a bartender.
Right, and everybody really liked her because she was funny.
Where did she work? Just curious.
I don't know what the bar was.
What area?
Let me see.
Would it have been out? No, it would have been. Would it have been Salem?
No. She either was still living up in the Valley.
Okay,
or she went to move to Astoria. Because after that, she moved to Astoria.
Oh, okay.
So she could have been a barkeeper there or bartender.
Well, it kind of makes sense if she went to Astoria because that's where Uncle Basil and them actually ended up in Westport. So
I actually visited there when I was a kid, and she gave me two little elephants, ceramic elephants. Because when you walked in the door, because houses at that time were different, you walk in the door, and there's like all these little squares there, in a room divider that go down, and she had all these knickknacks in there, and I really, really liked the elephant, so she gave them to me, and I was like,
she still have them?
No, I went to a kid's birthday party and I gave them to him for their.
Aww.
Too poor for me to have the gift, so I got the gift.
That's always been a thing for me. It's like, I'll give something away that I cherish and I love just because I care about that.
I couldn't go to see that girl anymore after. She's the one I told you that she let the boys put the pencil in her butt. So, and I told Mom. The agreement was we were supposed to let the boys put
the butthole or the butt cheek?
Butthole.
You did not tell me this, and if you did, I must have been younger. Oh my God. I am so sorry to our listeners. I do not have dementia. Maybe it's just because we scroll so much, but this is new information.
You probably blotted it out
because it was traumatizing to hear.
But
what is it, number 2?
Hey, I'm a smart girl. I'm smart, even when I was little. I waited until the two boys put the pencil into her, and when it was my turn, I was like,
oh my God. Tamara, you did not tell me this. I would have remembered.
I agreed to it because I didn't know how far it was
going to go. But you had already been at that point. You were already sexually abused. So to you, it's
I was little. I was only like 5.
Yes, you were. Well, not sexually abused at that time, but yeah.
Yeah, because we still lived in Sandpoint.
Okay, let me ask you this: was it a number 2 pencil, or was it one of those big ones that we used to get at Christmas time? That was like
just a regular one that kids.
Do you remember those big ones though that we would get? They would like be a huge, like Enchanted Forest. Enchanted Forest pencils. Do you remember those? Bigger. Yeah. Well, whatever. Anyway.
Okay, disclaimer, please. Only write with the pencil. Don't use it in any other ways. And we're not getting any monetary for Enchanted Forest. And Enchanted Forest, we apologize for this.
Yes.
You have nothing to do with this.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
Let's go.
Yeah, and then there's the pencil, what looks like a pencil made out of vinyl.
Wait, okay, so hold on. Okay, I'm scrolling. Okay, so the boys stick the pencil in the girl's butt. So obviously she dropped her pants or she lifted her skirt.
Put her underwear down. She laid down on her back and put her legs.
Oh my God! Tamara Sue.
What in the hell made her think she's like 5? But like, why would she think that's okay? The boy,
well, because they didn't know any better. I mean, it's never happened before. So
no. See, there's something. The kids just don't do that. That's not normal,
right? But it wasn't for Tammy. But she was kind of standing back, watching, like she watched the cars go up.
This was pre abuse for her, but those kids, something must have been going on with those kids, is what I'm thinking.
Yes, I get what you're saying
now. And she was around your age, 5?
Yeah.
How old were these boys?
They were about the same age.
Oh.
Maybe one of them might have been a year older.
And this was in Seattle?
Yeah, Sandpoint. We lived on Sandpoint.
Wow, makes me want to go see Sandpoint.
Yeah. We lived in the apartments where I burnt down the things.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I told Mom that the boys put the pencil in her butt. And I wasn't supposed to play with her anymore. Anybody
did Mom tell? Did Mom? I guess I'm just because remember we talked
I don't
about
know what the grown-ups did about
I'm going to say because we talked about how you break the cycle, right? I would hope Mom would say something like, okay, maybe this child's parent needs to know what's going on.
Would have called her up and says, your boys and your daughter was trying to negotiate my little girl.
Have a pencil over butt. Jesus Christ! Oh my God!
So it sounds like they were siblings. It sounds like they were siblings.
That's
what I get out of that.
Yeah, so the 2 boys and a girl probably brothers, which is sad to think.
Well, they were in the same household, so
yes,
obviously.
we're laughing about this, but it's sad for us knowing the traumas that we've been through that they're possibly experienced the same kind of trauma in their own family, right?
Can't. Okay, I guess I'm being very, very dark here, but was it sharpened?
Yes. Why do you think it went in so nice?
Oh my God.
Lord.
I think those boys, Tamara. Here's what I thought. At the time, I thought those boys were nasty boys. Their parents let them be nasty boys. I just thought she was stupid.
So, do you remember, I know you were only 5, but do you remember, were they just a group of neighborhood kids? Or were these?
We are all neighborhood
kids.
They weren't like people that drove over and stayed for the day.
Okay, so they were.
It was the neighborhood.
So, it makes me wonder what kind of shit they went through.
Kids go through stuff their parents never know.
I know.
I just happen to want to tell my mom.
You told your mom, but let me just say, and not to be mean, you never told her about what Gary did to you
because of the other incident, nothing ever happened to me. I just gotta.
Yeah.
I
ran.
I got to see somebody's pee-pee in her butt.
Jesus Christ. All right,
but they were really young. They didn't think about sticking it anywhere else. Just her butt.
I don't know what to say. I don't. Okay. Anyway.
I have to tell you, this is why I think a lot more goes on in kids' lives than people think. Because they don't happen to remember these things.
Right.
These are things in the kids.
But I have to tell you, I appreciate the fact that you're talking about this because regardless of where we're at in our eras, right, our decades, whatever the case may be, that even if this helps one person, it's not okay, by the way, to stick a pencil up somebody's butt.
The names are not there because I don't remember them. But if you were in Sandpoint in 1963,
Unless you're an adult and it's, something you're into. That's fine. Or
ignore her.
You might be a victim.
And she's probably saying right now, I'm so sorry. I told my mom. Okay.
Mom knew who they were because she did whatever. I don't remember the names.
Oh my God. Okay, I don't know what to say. I'm going to end with this. Okay, thanks, Tammy, for the story. This will, it's about 20 minutes of information you probably don't want to listen to, but there you go.
It happens.
Tap it out.
all right. Well, I'm just saying, if adults have,
that's a whole other episode.
Okay, yes, but
I do not want to see what you look
I'm just
up on your phone.
disclaimering that it's, it's just.
Oh, you mean people have? Oh, okay.
It's called a fetish.
Okay,
or whatever. Anyways.
Okay, so let me just start by saying that I really thought that was the end of the conversation, and so I paused it.
Well, she stopped it, actually.
Because I was thinking, okay, I'm going over to Kimmy's tomorrow. We've got some stuff to do, right?
Yeah.
Well, then she continued to talk, so I had to hit, hold on, wait, and then hit record, and here we go. Here's the second part of this conversation.
On the end.
What?
They got some poopy.
No, you did not see that.
Yes, it did. It wasn't really poopy. It was just like little streaks of
Tamara. No. No. We need disclaimers in this episode.
Okay. You can
erase that. Erase it with a pencil?
Wow.
I don't understand. They should have used the other end. It would have been a lot less dangerous.
At least she, realized that was not okay on the pointy end.
Okay, well,
it's funny how that little kids think.
Well, you also have to understand that the look on Tammy's face when she's telling me this is a story that honestly that she's been holding on to for
she was probably embarrassed a little bit.
No, Tammy doesn't get embarrassed.
I don't know.
She just remembers these things, as she goes. Okay, here we go.
Not going to erase this. I can't.
Now you know what it's like to remember things.
I'm so sorry. Now I understand why. Oh,
I hold a lot of this stuff in. I never told my mother again about that. We never talked about it. I told her during the incident.
Well, because it can't answer me this, because I think this is where I'm at. I am very open about saying anything. I just say it. And when I get upset, it's out. And once I say it, I feel way better. I think if I held it in and kept it within me, it would drive me fucking nuts. So for you to be able to say it to mom is probably the same way. It's like, okay, I told mom, now it's like her problem. It's not mine.
Well, I also like to see her shock factor. I did at that age. I was a little turd at that age.
Do you remember her expressions and her response?
I don't remember her response because
not on that incident.
I know me. I did a lot of shock factor stuff. Mom, what I'm doing. I'm on the roof.
Doing Nancy Hammer across the roof.
Get down. Run.
Oh my God.
You know those kids you have and you're trying to catch them? You're trying to catch them and they just keep running from you and do all kinds of stuff. That was me.
Not on a roof, Tammy. Maybe down a street, but not on a roof. Oh my God.
I don't advise
Oh my
it.
God. I can't get the poop out of my head now. Okay, okay, well.
Now you got a graphic image in your mind.
Yeah, because
it's underwear white.
It's no pun intended, but I can't erase this.
I remember the underwear were white. I don't remember what color her dress was, though. Just remember, I don't actually remember what her dress looked like or anything else. I remember there's a butt and a pair of underwear.
Okay, I guess to end this, do you happen to remember who initiated this little game that you guys were playing?
The older boy. He's probably 6. I do remember that because he was.
Do you remember what he looks like? I mean, you don't have to tell me, but do you have a vision?
No.
You just remember.
I remember the hand with the pencil. That's all I remember about them. I know there were 2 of them. One was a little bit.
You probably never looked at a pencil the same after that.
Yeah. Still to this day, if I look at a
sharp,
it's like a number 2 because the coloring.
Yellow.
Yeah, some kind of yellow.
Orangey yellow. Oh my God.
I don't
okay.
know what
we need to stop. Okay. That's good. All right. Tap it out on this one again.
And so, okay.
I don't know. I just don't get it.
But
I don't know.
You have to also understand that I'm already, my brain is fried at this point, and I am literally like exhausted thinking, okay, this is over. This is not over. Ready? This is the last part of it because she continued to talk.
Woo!
And so I had to record the next part of it. So.
Okay, here we go.
And so you were high. So you were. It was in the grass. It was grass. I have to say that because in Sandpoint a lot of it wasn't grass.
So was it around the apartments you lived in, or was it just because you guys ventured out? You said you always ventured out into the.
When I talk venture out, it has to be like half a block. That's no further than that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, not the big city blocks, the small blocks.
But you remember it being in the bushes.
One bush. There was no other bushes. It was grass. It was mowed. Bush.
Bush.
Yeah. No. Sorry. No bush. He's 5 years old like me.
Oh, I have to make this lighthearted because I don't know how other. I really don't know how other than to. Yeah.
These are things I haven't talked about in years.
I'm glad you're talking about them, though.
Yes, I have so.
Honestly, you have a lot of them, and it's not for necessarily entertainment value. At this point, this is because...
But we're so old now, it is entertainment.
Older. I'm not ever going to say old. I'm older.
I remember playing on Clay Hill. This is what I remember on Sandpoint. I remember playing on Clay Hill. They had a big hill there, and it was clay, just like silly putty. Take it home and make things out of it and stuff.
How would you climb up it if it's made out of like clay?
That was why we played on it, because it's slick. Oh. You get up and you ski down on it. They had a lot of natural clay around that area of Seattle. So I remember playing on Clay Hill. I remember burning down all the classic cars and stuff. And I have to think that's why we went up a hill that had clay on it. Because
she just casually mentions, when I burnt down all those classic cars.
Well, listen, and by the way, it's in one of our episodes. I believe it's
one of the first ones.
Yeah, it's one of the first 4 or 5. Okay.
So was it? I mean, do you remember if it was easy to climb? I mean, if it's clay, I would think that it'd be like sand. You know, when you go to the dunes, like the sand dunes out at the beach.
It's not like that. Clay, you can actually just kick it and have a step. Just kick it from the water. And only other thing I remember about that, I remember the mail. I remember the harassment of the lady who was a Buddhist, and she was praying to her little statue. Remember I told you she had it on her mantle?
Oh, yeah.
And she was doing that, and I started doing the sing song.
You're mimicking her?
No, because I didn't know the language.
But you're trying to mimic her. I'm sorry, no, that's not a racist thing.
Yeah, she turned and looked at me, and I you know what you do when you're scared and you saw somebody caught you. I dropped down, started running. Oh. She was chasing me. And I think she talked to my mom. I didn't get to go over that. It was like, it's an apartment complex, and it was one of those. It's kind of like if we lived in Fur Rest, but they were all one. They're not double, double.
Yeah. Yeah, they were just a single level.
Yeah, single level. So she had one that was like crossways, and we lived over here.
So it was the same apartment, though. That's how she knew. She found you. She chased you. She knew.
And I know it was by her house.
How do you know she wasn't saying a prayer over you? Because it seems like you were the one that was out doing all this shit.
The devil.
Sound like a little voodoo doll sitting on there going, this little girl needs help.
I was exploring the world.
And you were peeking in her house while she's praying?
Yeah, I could hear her. I wanted to see what she was doing. Kids.
It's more like you.
No, you don't know. Maybe other kids
I
did
didn't.
too. They just forgot it all.
That's true. Yeah.
But she had the sideways one.
Apartment.
This apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Gary and them had that apartment. And the one down at the other end that goes down at the very corner down there from, Gary lived way up here with where we did. The corner that was by the Buddhist lady, that's where I put the mail under the porch.
Oh.
Buddhist
so I was stashing it down there. So that's why it was there. And I heard her. I don't remember the association, but I can think that I would have been.
You were hiding the mail, and you heard her praying that she needed her check. She couldn't find it.
She was a normal lady. She was an old lady, so it wasn't her checks.
No, that's not what I was saying.
Oh, I was just gonna say.
I was being a smart ass in that, you got this 4 or 5 year old running around the apartment complex.
Now you know why.
Really not being seen. That's
hiding checks.
Stealing mail.
To any event, because
you have to know my MO so that you know why Uncle G every time. Do you have to bring Tammy? Really? He thought his kids were very sweet, but not when I arrived.
Oh, you were the one coming up with shit to do.
Yes, I was the brains. Things they never would have done.
And it's kind of ironic if you think about it. No offense to Gina or her brother, but him being 4 years older than you and ended up with schizophrenia, you're the one that was the worst. As far as keeping mom.
Well, I was venting myself, so that's why I stayed.
Oh my gosh, I can't. Okay.
Seriously.
Tapping out again. This was just too much.
Third time's a charm.
So there you go. I try to getting better at recording this stuff, but it's like once I think I'm done, then where her brain goes is into the details of things, and then she continues.
Sounds like she keeps remembering things when she's talking about it.
That's exactly it.
And so I think this is actually a really good tactic, is to stop it and then maybe, because it seems like it triggers her to
it does
more.
And it could go on forever. So I think in this way we
Lord.
literally can either say, okay, we're going to stop at the 20 minutes, or let's continue and give our listeners.
I think the pause is good. Pause it and then she'll remember, and then you start it again. I think that's
well. Let's end with this. She did tell me that her nickname was Graphic Graph, because her last name is Graph, but because she was so graphic in her details, her memories.
Yeah.
Her mom named her Graphic Graph.
That's funny. That's actually a really good nickname.
Well, but also all the things, there's another episode where we talked about the library. They really didn't believe that she was reading the books. She read the books. This is how she escaped from the trauma, right, that she was going through with the stepdad.
She buried herself in books and reading.
So she corrects me every time I mispronounce a name or a definition, but I expect it, because that's,
Yeah.
So anyway,
all right. Well, this is a long one.
Yeah, we apologize. You probably need a nap after this, or a drink.
It's really deep. It's heavy.
Well,
heavy. That's a good word.
That's what he said. Oh my God. Tap it out.
Oh Lord.
Bye.
Bye.